Now to River State, where the police says the explosion that occurred at the Port Harcourt Mall, popularly called Spa, is not a terrorist attack. And spokesman of the command, Nnamdi Omoni, says no life was lost in the incident at the mall, which shares perimeter fence with the government house. He added that 5 persons were injured and are currently receiving medical attention at the Braithwaite Memorial Specialist Hospital. The spokesman says investigation is ongoing, but normal business activities have resumed at the mall. Our correspondent Uche Okoro joins me now to tell us more about the explosion that happened at the mall right there in Port Harcourt. Uche, good to have you. So far it seems there's not much to worry about, but tell us, what exactly is the situation right now?
Well, I can tell you that the Port Harcourt Mall, as you mentioned, also called Spa in Port Harcourt here, has reopened for business. It has reopened less than 24 hours after that incident occurred. That incident actually took place at around 5:30 p.m. when shopping activities were at its peak. You would recall that yesterday was a public holiday, and Spa is one of the popular fun and recreational spots in the city. So there was a large crowd of customers who were patronizing the mall at that particular time at around 5:30 p.m. in the evening when that happened. But as I speak to you, less than 24 hours after the incident, the state government and the River State Police Command say they've been able to bring the situation under control. They've been able to plug any further leakages of gas which led to the explosion, and the building has reopened for business right now as I speak.
Now, the gas that exploded, was it a central gas that provides some kind of energy for the whole mall, or was it specific to a shop or a business center?
Well, yeah, it's actually domiciled and specifically designed to serve one of the shops in the building. There are quite a number of restaurants at the mall. It houses a number of shops. But the main shopping mall itself has a restaurant where meals are served and other baked items are served. So this particular incident called at the kitchen section refers to that specific section of the shopping complex. That's the section where food is sold. So based on that, the authority officials of the mall, the state government and the police is saying there is nothing to worry about. This is not a terrorist activity. This is not there was no sinister motive in what has happened. It is rather an accident, not a normal accident that could have happened in any home. So right now, as I speak, like I mentioned, the place is open for business. People have been seen driving in and out, doing their normal shopping and catching their fun as usual. So that's the situation. We expect to hear much more much more detail from the police today, and hopefully the police commissioner will shed more light on what happened. But I can tell you that the 5 persons who were injured were initially rushed to the River State University Teaching Hospital and have now been transferred to the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital for further treatment due to the severity of their burns.
Oh, and that's sad to hear. That their injuries were quite severe. We hope they get over this as quickly as possible. Talk to us about any kind of regulation that guides or guards operations of such things in malls and public places like this one.
Well, yes, we expect that to be the case. I'm not personally familiar with the security protocol of the Port Harcourt Mall or the emergency measures that they have put in place. But I know that I'm moving around the mall in the past and even today. You see fire extinguishers. They have quite a number of staff, both Nigerians and non-Nigerians. They have quite a number of persons who I believe would have been on ground or who would have received training, emergency trainings like this. But personally, I can say I'm familiar with the security protocol or the emergency measures that have been put in place prior to this time by the Port Harcourt Mall. But the authorities of the mall have gone, as at yesterday, went further to tell us that because they were on ground and they were able to move swiftly, they were able to contain the fire from spreading to other parts of the mall and even affecting more persons. Right now, we know that it is 5 persons who were injured. 5 male Nigerians, because we know that the spa is actually, employs quite a number of non-Nigerians, Indians, and so on and so forth. But now we know that it is just 5 male Nigerians who were affected. So authorities of the mall are saying if we weren't prepared for emergencies like this in the past, possibly the casualties, or maybe the number of persons injured, could have been more. The extent of damage also could have been more, and we wouldn't have been able to resume for business less than 24 hours after the incident.
All right, Uche Okoro, our correspondent there in Port Harcourt.